you can't relate to what 26% inflation is. There's Jimmy Kimmel and you know, these other celebrities like Oprah. If prices go up, they don't have to choose between what the average American would have to do, between getting gas or groceries, maybe not both this week. And so what are we going to do? And I said that I said, Jimmy Kimmel and Oprah, if avocados went up to $5,000 an avocado, you would just have $5,000 guacamole. It doesn't affect you. But it really does affect Americans. And I think that it wasn't a tough choice for most people. Most people knew they were being lied to. Most people knew that at this point, and thankfully the alternate media, which apparently, according to the Democrats, is billions of dollars and much more powerful. These individual podcasts like Theo Vaughn and Joe Rogan. That is where
Theo Vaughn, corporate mogul. You know, it's so insane. It's
not
so
the Google,
insane.
not the Google algorithm, which is 98% of the searches in the world that's suppressing conservative viewpoints. None of that matters. It's Joe Rogan.
And it's so interesting too that all of this was successful despite all that suppression. Right. It wasn't just that the Democrats controlled the legacy media, let's say, and the major tech companies and the universities. They were actually using those entities to squelch, I would say, classic liberal and conservative voices. And it didn't work.
It didn't work. So how did
mind-boggling.
How do they recalibrate? Because it was easy to get angry when Trump lost, when Trump won the first time in 2016, and for everybody to be election deniers at that point. And go, I remember politicians saying, he is not my president. He's an illegitimate president. And really undermining the transition of power at that time, which they completely forgot about 4 years later. So where do they come now? Where can they go? And the only way that they can go is they're going to have to come to Jesus. They're going to have to come to the point where, yes, they do not understand what the average American goes through, what they understand the experience of the average American. How are they going to recalibrate? How are they going to get power again? They're going to have to come back to the Bill Clinton, middle of the road. We're pro-death penalty. It all depends on what the definition of the word is, whatever. We're these super predators. And that's what's going to happen, because it seems like they're going to lose, not just this election, they're going to lose 2 Vances. And if you look at American history, you look at some of the trends that seem to repeat itself. The last time we had 3 basic one-term presidents, if you look at, Nixon didn't intend it to be his, but he didn't finish that term. And then you had Ford, and then you had Carter. So those are 3 that didn't finish their terms, or at least one-term presidents. So now you have 3 in a row again. You had Trump, Biden, and then Trump's not going to be running again. So there's a chance for that. This Republican push, if they do it right, and if they represent the American people more than just realign themselves again with the corporate power. And that is the question for the Republicans. Will you continue to be what is happening right now? 70% of American wealth is owned by the Democrats. We have 30%. We have now the Republican Party, and I say we because I've joined the Republican Party. We are now the party of the people. How are you going to govern? How are you going to improve these people's lives? And I believe we have good people in place, and I have faith that we will be able to deliver on what is demanded from the American people.